One thing you have to think about when the fishing starts to become a little bit better and you need bigger weights to win is stepping the rig up, making it a touch more positive, and how you set it up is really important. I'm going to start off with the elastic. In the winter months when the fishing's difficult, I love the dual core 4 to 7, but what I've done now, I've stepped it up to a 6 to 9. What you'll find, the fish will start to fight a lot harder, especially when you get them in close in netting range. The fish will not just pop up like they will in the winter months, they will fight a lot harder. And having that slightly heavier elastic will just allow you to net them a bit quicker. Really important when you're fishing for over £100. The main line is 016 MVR rig mono. Again, in the winter I use 014, just stepped it up to 016, just a little bit more robust. When you're netting the fish, your main line can take quite a bit of a battering, and this, with 016, you know it's just not going to break. I'm fishing in 4 to 5 foot of water today, and I've chose to use the MVR Finesse 6. Now this float has got a hollow bristle, a carbon stem, but the best thing about it, it takes a lot of shot. So fishing in 4 to 5 foot of water, a 0.4 is brilliant. It's really heavy, it gets the rig down as quickly as possible. The most important thing about the rig for me though, is exactly how you shot it up. In the winter months, I'm a great fan of stringing your rigs out and fishing on the drop and catching every fish that comes into your peg. But when the fish really start feeding, they're going to be a lot more aggressive and they're going to be eating more bait. So the last thing you want is a hairy-fairy rig that doesn't sink very quick at all. So what I've done, I've set it up today with a bulk 20 centimeters from the loop to the hook length, with actual 3 droppers. I've got my first dropper about 1 inch below the bulk, which acts like a little kicker to stop any tangles. I've got another shot halfway between the bulk and the loop, and then I've got a shot at the top of the loop. A really positive rig. You're going to be dropping it in 4 to 5 foot of water, and it's going to be settling really quickly, which is important when you're fishing for a lot of fish. In the winter I like fishing with 6-inch hook lengths, but I've just shortened that down a touch now, just to be a little bit more positive. Today I'm going to be using a 5-inch hook length. Still with 010, which I really like, which is ultra strong, and I've stepped the hook up a touch as well. I've gone to a size 16 MVR maggot hook. Everything about the rig is just stepped up a touch from in the winter months, which is really important when you're fishing for bigger weights. The last thing I want to talk to you about with the rig is the back shot. Today we've got a wind of like 15 mile an hour, and keeping your float dead still and keeping it right on top of your bait is ultra important, because these fish are really going to be homing on the little area of bait you're putting in with your kinder pot. I've actually using a back shot today of 3 number 9s. This will allow me just to hold that underneath the surface of the water and keeping my float dead still right on top of a small area of bait. But as you can see, the rig itself is very positive, everything's stepped up a touch. This will ensure that I will catch the biggest weight from my peg possible on that day.